What time's the bus picking you up tomorrow, Derry?
6 o'clock.
Well, if you don't get up earlier than you usually do, you may miss it, dear.
I know. Could you wake me up at 5 o'clock?
Of course. Now listen, dear. When you're at Kiriram, don't go off on your own. If you do, you may find yourself in danger.
What kind of danger?
Kiriram's covered with forest. Even people who are familiar with that area can easily get lost there, and without going any great distance either.
Well, aren't there any maps?
I have my doubts. The forest routes are always changing, so would a map be useful?
I see. Well, don't worry, I won't go into the forest, even with my friends, unless our teacher allows us to.
Well, just be careful, dear. And have a nice time.
Thanks. Good night.
Good night, dear.
I don't know either when students in England go to school or how long they go to school for.
Well, they start school when they're 5 years old and finish when they're about 16.
So they go to school for about 11 years?
Yes, but a considerable proportion remain at school for another 2 years. Then, if they do well and want to, they may go on to university.
How about the school day? Is it long?
About 6 hours. Class start about 9 o'clock and finish around 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
How about the teaching? What's it like?
Well, teachers want their students to work hard, but they also think they should enjoy their classes.
So are their classes interesting?
I think so. Teachers organize their students so that they participate a lot in class. Science teachers set up experiments for their students to carry out either by themselves or with their classmates.
It sounds lively. How about after school?
Well, there are many activities for students to enjoy, like sport, music and computers. But then there's homework, which they must do every evening.
So students have a very busy life.
Well, it's certainly not boring, but it's really up to them. They can either do a lot or little.
And how much do students have to pay?
Nothing! They're really lucky, aren't they?
I'm going away next week, Mary.
Oh, really? For work or leisure?
Leisure. We're going to either Kampong Som or Kep. We haven't decided yet.
They're both nice, especially the islands off the coast. They're so quiet and peaceful.
Where did you and Ted go last month?
Thailand.
Really? What was it like?
We went to 2 places. The first was in the south. Perfect sunbathing, swimming and windsurfing, but too noisy for us.
Too many people?
Yes, and lots of hotel right on the beach. Neither Ted nor I like that.
At the beach, I like to see trees, not buildings.
Me too. Then some people held a lively party on our particular beach with a big band, which played really loud music. Plus there were lots of fireworks, and Ted just can't tolerate either loud music or fireworks. So we left for Koh Samad, where it's nice and quiet.
Where did you stay on Koh Samad, Mary?
Samad Resort. It's our favorite place.
Is it large hotel?
Oh, no. Hotels aren't allowed on the island. Samad Resort just consists of a number of small wooden huts. Look, here is a picture of one.
Oh, yes. Is this the one you stayed in?
No, not that particular one, but we did stay in one just at the site of it last spring.
Do the huts have water and electricity?
Oh, yes. They have all the requirements we need, though we don't really want much.
These are interesting pictures. What's this boy doing?
Washing his clothes in the sea. He probably lives on the island. Are those people in the distance fishing?
I think so. Is the whole book about Koh Samad then?
Yes. Would you like to borrow it?
Yes, Elwood. Thanks you. Does it have a map?
Yes, it's at the front. You can see that the island's broad at the top, but then goes down to point. That's Samad Resort and this is my favorite beach.
What are these, Monica?
They're pictures. Oh look, they're a bit wet. I really shouldn't be so careless.
Let's put them on the table and dry them out. What are they of?
The different months. This one's of May.
It doesn't look like May.
Well, maybe not to you. That's because it's not the May that you know. It's May in Europe, which is different. It's the end of spring, which is warm, but not hot.
This picture looks hot.
Yes, that's August, so it's at the end of summer, which is a time when it can be hot in Europe.
Which one's this?
September. Only 1 month later, but autumn has already started. The weather can change quickly in Europe, you know.
This one looks very cold.
Yes, it's December, so it's winter. All that white that you can see is snow.
But there isn't snow fog.
No, but you can see some here.
Oh, yes. It's like smoke. Will there be any in England when you go there in January?
Oh, it's highly likely, though they don't always have it. The winter weather that I really like is sunny, bright, cold and dry.
Well, I hope you're lucky.
Who can tell me what Cambodia's flag looks like?
It's red and blue with a picture in the middle.
Yes, Bora. But what the picture of?
Isn't it Angkor Wat?
Yes, that's right, but Angkor Wat's an historical building. Why is it currently on our flag?
Well, though Angkor Wat was built more than 800 years ago, it's still our national symbol.
So, why was Angkor Wat built?
Nobody really know why it was built, but we know that Surya Varman II, who was a Khmer king in the 12th century, ordered its construction. King Surya Varman II was a Hindu and the temple has 5 towers, which match the shape of Mount Meru, a very important mountain in the Hindu religion.
But Cambodia is a Buddhist country.
Yes. Most Cambodians follow Buddhism now, but before Cambodia became a Buddhist country, had been Hindu for centuries. When Angkor Wat was built, Angkor was the Khmer capital. It remained so until the 15th century, when it was abandoned and the capital moved south to the Phnom Penh area.
What happened after Angkor was abandoned?
Before it was finally abandoned, Angkor had declined considerably. The jungle slowly invaded Angkor year by year until most of the city was covered. Angkor had been forgotten for generations before it was rediscovered in the 19th century. Thanks you everyone for watching Video English Conversation. Goodbye, everyone.